We have wonderful commemorative programs on sale tonight in the home stands. Please see one of the moms coming around with a box. Put your hands together. Here comes your Clearview Pioneers.
From the campus of Clearview Regional High School in Mullica Hill, New Jersey, Play-by-Play Sports Productions is proud to present Winslow Township High School football as the Eagles take on the Clearview Pioneers in a West Jersey Football League Liberty Division matchup. Well, hi again, everybody. My name is Tom Wilms. Thanks so much for joining us tonight as Winslow Township comes in with a record of 3-3 overall. They're 2-1 in league, sitting in third place right now, but coming off a 20-14 loss to Hamilton. Prince Drew Bay, very good in that one. 10 for 28 passing, 182 yards, but it just wasn't enough as Hamilton scored 2 touchdowns in the last 7 minutes to steal the game. While Clearview, right now sitting at 3-2 overall, they are 1-2 in league, sitting in 4th place, trying to match up well against Winslow Township. They're coming off a 41-0 non-conference win over Cherry Hill West. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll let you listen along to the playing of the national anthem. We'll be back with some pregame and with this great football matchup here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Well, great job with the national anthem by the Clearview Regional High School Marching Band. Welcome back, everybody, as we're just about set to go. Winslow Township taking on Clearview. And before we went to the quick break, we were mentioning that Clearview coming off a big-time 41-0 non-conference win over Cherry Hill West. Dean Dvorak led the way by rushing for 133 yards for 3 touchdowns on 17 carries. Certainly helped by a huge effort by a very impressive offensive line, which is pretty much the bread and butter of this Clearview Pioneer team. This is a team that likes to run the ball. They rarely pass. So this is something that Winslow Township is going to have to deal with. They're going to need to have a very strong run defense, force them into 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, maybe get them to pass the ball just a little bit. As once you stop a guy like Dean Dvorak, well, you have a guy like Troy Bettencourt. He added 73 yards on 14 carries. And then if you pull up a little bit short here for Clearview, you have Hunter Logan last week going 5 for 5 on PATs, nailed field goals of 34 and 39 yards. That's some pretty good range at the high school level. So this is looking like a very interesting matchup, as it will be Clearview. They are in the green and yellow. Winslow Township, they are kicking off. They are in the white and green with the silver numbers. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge, silver numbers against the white jerseys. But we will certainly do our very best. Getting ready to kick off for Winslow Township is Cameron Osborne. Back to receive. Rashawn Allen Hunt is on the left side.
Let's make some noise.
And looks like we're just about ready to get things rolling here in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Again, thanks so much for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Long lead up and an end-over-end kick. That'll land at about the 10-yard line. Taking it across to the near side. There's a lot of room and cut to the outside. Stays on his feet at the 35, but tripped up just a bit. That is a great run there by Troy Bettencourt. That might be a preview of what we're going to see here from this Clearview Pioneer squad. Fall has finally arrived here in South Jersey, by the way. 55 degrees tonight. Winds coming out of the south at 12 miles an hour. And again, get ready to see a heavy dose of running. And it looks like Winslow Township may be ready for it, as everything's bunched right in the middle. And a little bit of a delay to start things off. I'm not sure if it was a delay of game or just a little bit late in getting that spot down. Well, it looks like pretty much right away they're not happy with the condition of the football. So they'll change it out. Referee tonight is Ray Welsh. Lou Painter's the umpire. Peter Duffy, the linesman. Line judge Tom Sutton. Back judge Andrew Welsh. Side judge Greg Leonardis. And working the clock up here is Bruce Davidson. That gave us a chance to introduce the officials for tonight. So ready to start out the first series of the game. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And it's pitched out to the far side. Here's Bettencourt. And he'll find a little bit of room over the 41. That's a solid gain of about 4, maybe 5, depending on where the spot ends up.
Tackle on play number 2, Andrew Needham Jr.
Needham Jr. picks up the tackle. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 from the 41. Again, expect a heavy dose of misdirection, but mostly running. Again, they're going to keep things very tight. They don't list a whole lot in the way of wide receivers. And bunched up, but trips to the right. It's handed off to Betancourt once again. Gets over the 45 to the 50, and a saving tackle there. Prince Drew Bay, good enough for a first down, but without that tackle, it would be 6-0. So, first down for the Pioneers. They get into Winslow Township territory. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Jack Love set up to the left, along with Rashawn Tompkins. But this will be handed off to Betancourt once again. And he's bent in the backfield. And initiating that tackle for Winslow Township as Jasim Letsom. Get a gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 46. What'll be very interesting is when Winslow Township gets the ball and really will change things up, as they have a very healthy mix of pass and run. But again, this is going to be mostly run, and this is going to go right up the middle. A little bit of misdirection, as we mentioned. There's Dean Dvorak getting his first handle of the game, just short of the sticks. So a gain of 5 on the play to the 39. And this is exactly what Winslow Township doesn't want. They would prefer, obviously, 3rd and longs, simply because, again, the passing game for Clearview, not that it's non-existent, it's just not something they really like to utilize. They have a very aggressive offensive line. They'll spread it out a little bit with a receiver going all the way to the far side. It's Tommy Worrell wearing 18. But I wouldn't be shocked. A little bit of motion towards the line. They'll really bunch it up. Now some motion. Hand it off to Betancourt, and he'll get the first down a little bit more as he cuts to the left to the 35. Trying to rumble his way to the 33. Gets to the 32. And that's a first down for Clearview. They'll give him credit to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for Clearview. They're marching right along. And there are no secrets once you get to this part of the season. Everyone knows each other. You know, they haven't faced each other this year. You've talked to other coaches. You've done your scouting. Winslow Township essentially knows what's coming. And they've got to figure out a way to battle. A lot of movement on that line. Betancourt in motion, but it's handed off right up the middle. And I believe that was Dvorak once again. As he'll get himself just about to the 30-yard line, just past the 30, according to the spot.
Inside give goes to Dean Dvorak, good for a couple of yards.
A gain of 3 on the play. We'll go 2nd and 7 from just inside the 30-yard line. Trickling down to 8:45 left to go in the first quarter. And as you can see on the screen, no scores. Again, and Connor's under center. Hands it off up the middle, but stuffed out right away. And what's amazing about what we've seen on the couple of plays that Winslow Township has been able to kind of figure out is that Clearview is still able to pick up yards on those plays. In this case, it was 1, as Dvorak gets over the 30-yard line to the 29. And this is exactly what Winslow Township wants. 3rd and longer than 5. And this will force Clearview to kind of spread things out. But not too much. Is going far to the left as Rashawn Allen Hunt. This will be handed off up the middle. That'll be short. Well short of the first down. A gain of 1, maybe 2 at best. Now again, we mentioned during the pregame, have a pretty solid kicker in Hunter Logan. But this might be a little bit out of his range. This would be about a 48-yard field goal if they were to go for it here. But nope, it's going to be 4th and 6, and they're going to flat out go for it. They'll really spread it out. Receiver to the right, it's Tommy Worrell. Circle around to the right, a little bit of isolation, and quarterback tackle in the backfield. Very nicely played. Snuffing that one out was Jaden Brown wearing 8, the sophomore. And it'll turn over on downs. So Winslow Township's defense bent but did not break. And they'll get pretty okay field position to start things off. 7:20 left to go in the first. And again, Winslow Township will start on their own 31. And this is where you'll see something a little bit different from Clearview. Again, Prince Drew Bay, he can run, he can throw. Heck, he can even catch. We saw that a few weeks ago. So that's something to keep an eye on, as he's going to work pretty much exclusively from the shotgun. Quads to the right, one to the left, so really spreading out with nobody in the backfield to help block. Back to throw the low snap, takes it himself up the middle, dances, but he is wrapped up right away and muscled back by David McCullough, the 5'10", 175 senior. I kind of like what Winslow Township was trying. Spread it out, try to get some room up the middle, but Clearview is so strong on the line that's basically going right into their strength. So it'll be a short loss, fortunately for Winslow Township. Loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 from the 30-yard line. As Bay calls out the signals, and again it'll be quads to the right and one to the left. So plenty of options for Winslow Township as they try to spread it out. Bay back to throw, under pressure, pocket collapse, steps up. Can't find any room, he brings it down and he is sacked. Good chase there by Rashawn Tompkins, the junior. So far, 2 plays for Winslow Township, and they're going the wrong way. But they actually gave him credit to the 30, so a minor loss at best, but still 3rd and 11.
3rd down, 11.
Now, certainly Winslow Township might be a little bit more prepared in a 3rd long situation. Again, they're not run exclusive. But we'll see if Bay can get something rolling here, as it'll be quads to the left this time and one to the right. Back to throw from the shotgun. On the outside, there's pressure, and that pass is dropped. Isaiah Lewis could not haul it in. David McCullough came around the end and really forced Winslow Township to work quickly. And that'll bring in the punting unit for Winslow Township, a 3 and out. Back to punt here for Winslow Township, big Cameron Osborne. Back to receive, David McCullough. No, it's not McCullough, excuse me. It's Rashawn Allen Hunt, 11, not 7. Punt is a wobbling spiral. And that is, well, it looked like it was going to be a fair catch at the 42. But he backs off and then takes a Winslow Township roll inside the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now the 5:39 left to go here in the first quarter, and right now the offense for both teams stalling. The defense is the start. Clearview has been able to get some forward progress, while in the lone drive for Winslow Township, 3 and out. And I'm sure that offensive unit is talking things over right now. And very much bunched up are the Clearview Pioneers. 5:39 left to go first quarter. Still no scores. It's pitched out. And here's Bettenker. And he sidesteps one tackle. Tries to fight through another, but he is wrestled down by Prince Drew Bay. Natural surface here, which is something that Clearview is certainly going to be much more prepared for. Their own surface. Again, not sure if the camera really picks it up. But this is a well-used field. Again, being an exclusive running game for Clearview, they got to practice it. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. Bettenker is in motion. He'll take the handoff. Tries to go around, and he gets free to the 45, but then is tackled from behind. Might have been Andrew Needham Jr., might have been Prince Drew Bay on the tackle. Just reached out, an arm tackle that seldom works, but had enough jersey. And a very manageable 3rd down for Clearview. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 45. So this juncture, no reason for the Pioneers to change anything up. Back under center, handed off up the middle. Nice job by Dean Dvorak to get something out of it. He was decked in the backfield, but he was able to at least get a yard. And let's see what Clearview will end up doing here. It'll be 4th and a long 2. But it does look like the punting unit will come out. Tyvier Alexander is back to punt. And certainly taking their time. Low snap, not much pressure. Heavy punt to the far side is Needham. Takes the bounce. Dangerous play there as he got to the 25 but then forced backwards. That was actually Donovan Barnes. He gets to the 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Winslow. Down to 3:35 left to go in what has been a defensive game so far. Prince Drew Bay will come out. Something a little bit different this time. Trips to the left, one to the right, one to the backfield. And previous 3 plays under center or in the shotgun for Bay had no help in the backfield. This time, he's got Demel Reed. And he hands it off to him, trying to find a hole, powers forward, and gets maybe a yard on the play. And we talked in the open about the offensive line for Clearview. Well, same goes for the defensive line. A lot of beef there for Clearview. And they are very impressive. But Winslow Township also has a very good line. So that's going to be a great matchup to watch. Again, usually not the most exciting thing to talk about. Again, you rarely talk about lines, but it's such an important part of the game. And it certainly will be tonight. They gave him about a half a yard. So they'll go 2nd and 9 as the snap is dropped by Bay, but he recovers. And he's going to suffer a loss of about 2. So both offenses really struggling a bit. And officials calling a timeout. Now this is going to be actually Winslow Township taking the timeout. And this isn't obviously not where you want to take a timeout so early in the game. 2:46 left to go in the first quarter. But this is, okay, our offense is stalled, which can't say that too often about Winslow Township this year. Pretty much 5 straight plays and just about 5 straight losses. It'll be 3rd and 11. And that'll be from the Eagles' 24-yard line. So first timeout taken. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And thank everyone here at Clearview Regional High School for setting us up in the booth. And great separated booth here, so we have our own room. Although thankfully we can still hear everything going on in the scorer's room, just in case we need some help. Timeout over. 2 left, 2 right, 1 in the backfield. And in the backfield is Demel Reed, the junior. So really spread out. A lot of movement on that line. Back to throw is Bay. Tosses over the middle, and that is incomplete. He was forced trying to go over the middle for Reed, but it did not work. Even with the catch, he would have had to go about 6 yards after that catch to get the first down. So a 3rd straight 3 and out. 2 by Winslow Township and 1 by Clearview Regional. So we're down to 2:42 left to go in the first quarter, and still nothing on the board. So again, Rashawn Allen Hunt, senior at 5'9", 145, is back to receive. The punt from Cameron Osborne. Little pressure. Oh, almost blocked it. He just gets that one off. Wobbly spiral back to the 40-yard line, and a catch at the 42. And fair catch at that. So 2:36 left to go here in the first quarter. And really a war of attrition right now. Neither team able to get much going. Third series for Clearview Regional. First time out, they actually got into Winslow Township territory. Got to about the 35-yard line. Actually, they were even deeper than that. but they turned over on downs. Let's see what they can do here. Bettencourt in motion as per usual. A little bit of an option play. This is kept by the quarterback, and he gets a yard or two. And Kona, a junior at 5'9", 175. We talked a lot about the line for Clearview having good size to it. But the skill position players for Clearview, most of them are under 6 feet. We got a gain of 1 on that one, 2nd and 9. Yeah, Bettencourt will be the one, number 36, in motion for the most part, but not this time. This is handed off. Actually, this is Bettencourt, excuse me. Tries to go right up the middle, but he is forced back. Gang tackled by about 3. On the near side, it was Sean Doherty wearing 26, who stayed put. And the way that Clearview kind of plays it, so many options, but they're all in the backfield. They're all misdirections and handoffs and fakes. 3rd and 7, gain of 2 on the play. 3rd and 7 from the 45. Down to 1:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Still no score. Handoff up the middle, fumble. They're pointing, and no decision just yet, as it is recovered by Winslow Township. Very subdued celebration there from Winslow Township. They just pointed, kind of jocked off matter-of-factly. First turnover of the game, 1:18 left to go in the first, and really good field position for Winslow Township, as they will start off on the 44-yard line of the Pioneers. Now, maybe this is just the adrenaline that the Eagles need to get something rolling. They'll spread it out 2 and 2, and 1 in the backfield. And the handoff is made up the middle. A little bit of positive yards here, just short of the 35-yard line. As ducking his way through is Demel Reed. And that'll be a gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2. Most likely one more play here in the first quarter. They'll spread it out again with Reed in the backfield. And they fake the handoff. And plenty of room here for Bay to get past the sticks and a little bit more, as he is shoved out of the bounds just short of the 25-yard line. A first down. First down of the game for Winslow Township. And they've got something worked out here. A little bit of a drive. Getting deeper into Pioneer territory. 1st and 10. And we'll call it the 26-yard line. Clock at 43.4 seconds to go, so this might be last play. Maybe one more if they hurry it along. Trips to the left, one to the right, one to the backfield. Bay pitches it out. Reed, first down yardage as he gets tripped up at the 10-yard line. So another first down. 2 in a row for Winslow Township. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. 38 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Still no score, but the Eagles are on the doorstep. Trips left, one right, Reed in the backfield. Bay with him in the shotgun. And Reed will switch from the left to the right. Bay keeps it himself after the fake handoff to the 10, rumbles to the 5, and then he is tackled by 4 or 5 Pioneers, forced backwards. But pretty good yardage, about 6 yards to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3. Well, 2nd and 4, actually, from the 5-yard line. So they still can get a first down if they can get it to the 1. 10 seconds left to go. They may run this last play. Bay looks like he's ready to go from the shotgun. And he will fake the handoff, trying to get through himself, but he is tripped up on the play by Dvorak. And that is how the first quarter will end. Now they called that a loss of about a yard or so. So when we come back for second quarter action, we'll switch fields all the way to our right, and Winslow Township is just shy of the end zone. No score at the end of the first quarter. Back in a moment here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network.
Pioneer Extra Point Club would like to thank some of our sponsors tonight and touchdown package donors. Pentec Health and the Cosgrove family, ShopRite of Mullica Hill, Advanced Orthopedic Centers, Bethel Mill Animal Hospital, Pioneer Pipe Contractors, In the Village Spa.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Clearview Regional High School in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. About to get started with second quarter action as Winslow Township has the ball in Clearview territory. 3rd and 5 from the 6-yard line. Tom Wilms here. Thanks so much for joining us. A scoreless game. Not a lot of great offense so far, but again, Eagles on the doorstep. Bay, low snap, back to throw. Throws to the left. That is caught. Trying to power his way through over the 5-yard line was Jaden Brown, but well short. So this will be intriguing. A gain of about 2 feet. Maybe a yard to the 5, as it looks like they'll go for the 3 points. So field goal attempt for Winslow Township. Not a long one, 24 yards or so. Ready to kick it. There's Daniel Dodura. Gets it up end over end, and it is good. So Winslow Township, they're able to pick up the first points of the game. 11:20 to go in the second half, second quarter rather, and it is 3-0 Winslow Township. And a little bit of a chip shot on that one, but you know what? You take it. Take those 3 points where you can get them. So an opportunity here for Clearview to try to get something rolling. Again, they had a pretty good first drive, but 3-and-out punts since. This will be their 4th drive coming up. Actually, it was 1 punt on a 3-and-out, and then they fumbled the ball, which really did set up Winslow Township. A short field drive started at the 44-yard line of the Pioneers and stalled at about the 5, and a 24-yard field goal followed. 2 back to receive for Clearview Regional. Rashawn Allen Hunt is to the right. Troy Bettenker is to the left. 11:20 left to go in the second quarter.
Bettencourt and Rashawn Allen Hunt back to receive for Clearview.
Beautiful night, starting to really cool down here in South Jersey, thankfully. This is a squibber right up the middle, off a mask. That's a free ball, but picked up by Clearview. And it'll be pretty good field position. He was trying to find a hole or force a turnover, but didn't achieve either goal. So 11:15 left to go in the second.
86,
and again, pretty good field position for Clearview. They'll start off on their own 42-yard line. Best field position of the day to start off at Clearview. Next best was their last possession. They started on their own 41, but it finished off in a fumble. As a timeout is called before the play. This is an official timeout. Oh, they forgot to go get the tee. That could have been a little dangerous. So wisely picked up by the officials. So here we go. And Clearview in the green, they're going right to left in your screen. So Township in the white, going left to right. Bettencourt in motion. And it's kept by the QB. And he'll have room to run as he gets over midfield. Stutter steps to the 45 to the 40, and he is forced out of bounds. Nice push out of bounds by Jalen Cheek for Mike Ancona.
He was pushed out on the play by number 10, Jalen Cheek.
Solid yardage there.
27-yard run.
So 27 yards on the play. Biggest play of the game so far. And a chance here for Clearview to get something rolling. They are for the second time in Eagle territory. And Kona, handoff up the middle, And a couple of fakes. And Dvorak, positive yardage to about the 32. Oh, a gain of 6 on the play, so gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 32. Also a situation talking about that line, which we had pretty much ad nauseum. They start to wear you down. Nice handoff up the middle. Taken right away, though, was Dvorak. Negligible gain at best. He is decked down by Jeremy Cobb. 2nd tackle in a row for Cobb, wearing number 6. Give him a short gain to just between the 31 and 32. Well, pretty manageable. 3rd and 4 for Clearview. Again, they are a team in this situation that this immediately becomes 4-down territory. Again, they do have a good field goal kicking team. But they also have a very good line. They're going to try to pick up as much here to make it a very short 4th down. Inside handoff after a couple of fakes to Betancourt. He'll gain 1 to about the 30. And a decision needs to be made if you're the Pioneers. And looks like they are pretty confident in what they're about to do. They're going to stay in the game. 4th and 3. But maybe, just maybe, they're changing things up here. Bit of a new package coming in. This is 4th down. And it does not look like they're punting, but they may spread things out. Yeah, 2 receivers for the first time in this game. 2 to the right. Motion. Handoff up the middle, and we'll see if Justin Iaccio is able to sneak through, but it looks like he's going to be short. Well, no decision just yet. That is a pretty hefty spot. They're going to call for the sticks.
Timeout for a measurement.
I honestly didn't think he got as far as he did. Looks like it spotted about the 30, actually the 27-yard line. I thought he was about a yard short, but maybe there was a lunge in there that we could not see from up here. So they'll ask for the sticks. Big spot here. 9:03 left to go in the first half. As Clearview trying not to stall once again. And let's see. And they've got it. First down, Clearview. Winslow Township, half of them were coming off saying, hey, we got this, but a friendly spot for Clearview Regional, and they'll continue the drive. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 27. And the secret, again, to defeating this Clearview offense is forced 3rd and longs, 4th and longs. They're able to do it once. Again, easier said than done. They do such a good job just wearing you down. 3, 4, 5-yard runs every single time. May not be the most scintillating thing to watch, but it works. As this is handed off up the middle. Initial contact made by Osborne, but a lunge forward gets to just about the 25-yard line. Gain of 1, maybe 2. We'll call it 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line. Clock trickling down to 8:35 to go in the second quarter. I believe that was Dvorak up the middle. And there's so many options. A couple of running backs, a couple of fullbacks in every single play. Eligible to take the ball. And as a defensive core, again, you just got to follow the ball very well, because you can be dealing with fakes like crazy. The timeout is called, and it'll be called by the Pioneers. First charge timeout.
That is their first timeout.
8:09 left to go in the second quarter. 3-0 lead for Winslow Township. Season, at least the regular season, ends next week. Clearview will head to Morristown next Saturday. Winslow Township, they'll close up the regular season next Friday night at home against Burlington Township here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. And it'll be playoff time. Let's see who qualifies Right now, these two teams, middle of the pack as far as the West Jersey Liberty is concerned. Winslow Township 2-1. Clearview trying to stay in it right now at 1-2. Timeout breaks up, and this ball just shy of the 25-yard line. So again, 2nd and 9 from the 26. We have not seen a pass just yet from Clearview Regional. We were pretty much told don't expect one. Looks like they, at least initially, we're going to spread things out, but right back into the huddle they go again after a timeout. Didn't think they would be in much need of a huddle. But now it looks like everybody is ready to go. Coming to you live from Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Clearview Regional High School says 2 to the left, nobody to the right. They'll spread it out a little bit more. Back to throw. Left-handed thrower over the middle. That is intercepted at the 5-yard line. Donovan Barnes will head to the outside. He's got blockers. Tries to cut inside to the 35. Now goes back to the 30, trying to find some room on this return and look for blockers. He goes right up the middle and jumps to the 40, cuts to the outside. Then he is met there and then wrestled down by Rashawn Tompkins. But the first pass attempt of the game for Clearview is an interception. And pretty good field position to start off for Winslow Township. 7:47 to go in the second. And they will be starting off on their own 41-yard line. Second best field position of the day. The best was after a fumble, which led to a field goal. So let's see what the interception will lead to here. Again, Donovan Bunch. A little bit of a wobbler over the middle, able to get underneath it, make a nice jumping catch. And we were so uneducated as to Mike Ancona's throwing. We didn't even know what arm he threw with. When he came out as a lefty, I was like, okay. Not really surprised, not really expecting that. Low snap picked up by Bay, cuts to the outside. He is triple teamed and he's down for the sack. Initial contact made by Dvorak. Rashawn Tompkins finished it off. And that is a pretty hefty loss all the way back to the 34-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd and 17, a 7-yard loss. Very aggressive pursuit from Clearview, which means Prince Drew Bay has to be a lot quicker in getting rid of the ball. He has a quick confab with his receiver, Isaiah Lewis. Trips to the left, one to the right, one in the backfield. As Bay is back to throw, looking to the left. Long throw up ahead, and that is, just over the head, and that's incomplete. Looked like that was intended.
Broken up by Rashawn Allen Hunt.
It was Rashawn Allen Hunt on the coverage. I believe that was Josh Hughes. And I will admit, very tough to see the numbers for Winslow Township, the silver against the white. So I apologize if I get any of their information wrong. They don't exactly think of broadcasting when it comes to designing some jerseys out there. 3rd and 17 for Winslow Township. Now handed the ball on a turnover, but drive stalling. Bay back to throw, short pass across, that's caught and tackled down right away.
Excellent.
Getting thrown down by was Donovan Bunch.
Pass only gains a couple of yards.
And that's a short gain, gets to the 35, 36-yard line. And Winslow Township will be forced to punt. So the turnover doesn't mean a whole lot except for, well, stopping what Clearview was doing. And it's back to receive for Clearview. There's Rashawn Allen Hunt. Down to 6:17 left to go, and as the snap came through, I didn't see a flag. And it will be offside here on the Pioneers. I didn't see the flag fly. But our referee, Ray Welsh, gives us the signal. Well, that'll move things up a few yards. A little bit of a shorter field to kick from, but again, I would certainly expect the punt. Now 4th and about 10 from the 41. Moving back 5 yards as well, so Sean Allen Hunt. So he'll go all the way back to just short of his, actually now still backpedaling to his 25. Plenty of room up the middle. Spiral, long kick. Flags fly as this is caught at the 17-yard line. Hunt with a stutter step, but he is thrown down. Good chase from behind by Prince Drew Bay. And let's take a look and see what this flag is going to be about. Far side referee on the right. He threw it about 30 yards. We'll see if we can figure out what the call will be. Intriguing. They're actually using some kind of wireless technology. It's going to be a holding call against Clearview. So instead of being spotted at the 17-yard line, they're going to move that back a little bit. Unless they've already moved it back. And that should be a spot foul. So they may not move the ball at all. Now down to 5:48 left to go in a low-scoring affair. Second quarter of a low-scoring affair. And Clearview will have a long field to work with. Once again, they get a new football in there. I guess they're not happy with the condition of the ball so far on this one. Second time we've seen a ball changed out. And they will move this back inside the 10-yard line to the 9. A long way to go for the Pioneers. See if they can pick up some points. 5:48 to do it. 3-0 lead for Winslow Township. 24-yard field goal early in this quarter. Again, they tighten it up. Hand it off to Bettenker. He was in motion, then tackled at the 10-yard line, so he'll get a yard on the play. But met right there, just shy of the line by Andrew Needham Jr. So gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Clock rolling at 5:20 left to go. Again, no reason to really panic and try to get plays off quicker. 2 timeouts each, by the way. 2nd and 9 from the 10. 1 to the right, everyone else in the backfield. From the shotgun. And quarterback keeper up the middle, gets over the 10 to about the 12, then pushed back.
Mike Ancona with the keeper.
Mike Ancona.
Good for a couple of yards.
Makes it a somewhat manageable 3rd down. But here's a trick. A couple of times, Clearview has tried it to go for 4th down conversions, but you don't want to do it so deep in your own territory. So this is a big play as far as this drive is concerned. They tighten up again with 1 to the left this time. A lot of motion on that line. They'll really spread it out, 2 on either side. This looks like it could be a throw. Ancona, he'll hand off instead, trying to spread out that line. Doesn't work as he is stopped at the 17. Dvorak trying to take advantage of the looser line. But they tightened it up right away. And it'll be 4th and 4 from the 15-yard line. And it looks like the Pioneers will certainly punt. 2nd time they've punted in this game. Alexander is back. Tyveer Alexander. They're looking for the fake as they're sneaking up. But no, he's going to punt this. They're too deep. And this will not make it to the midfield line. This is caught high. And able to bring it back down was Donovan Barnes. So very good field position for Winslow Township. 3:27 to go in the first half. And they will start things off on the 41-yard line of Clearview. So this is their best field position of the day. Just a 3-0 game. Again, a field goal of 24 yards earlier on. That's all the offense, well, scoring that we've seen at least. They'll go trips to the left, one to the right, one to the backfield. And Bay, of course, in the shotgun. Prince Drew Bay, a dual threat. He can pass and he can run. This time he hands it off, but big meeting in the backfield. A lot of Pioneers. A little pushing and shoving. Ball's down, but I don't think they're going to say down by contact. Romano started the rush for the Pioneers. Kyle Sager is in there, was in there as well for Winslow Township. A little bit of a pushing match. That was handed off to Reed. So that goes back to the 49-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Spread it out again, but they really haven't taken advantage of these spread outs. They're not passing the ball much. Bay back to throw. Pretty good protection. He'll go deep to the sideline. Has a man open, but it is incomplete. Just a little bit too strong for Cameron Osborne. I believe that was Osborne. Actually, it looks like Kyle Seeger. So 3rd and long for the Eagles. 2:34 left to go in the first half. And speaking of the half, by the way, this is senior night here at Clearview. So expect a little bit of an extended halftime. I think they're going to announce the seniors of the marching band. They announced the seniors of the football team and the cheerleading squad before the game. So they'll probably take advantage and announce some of the seniors for Clearview's marching band. And 3rd and 12, it looks like, from the 44-yard line. Bay's back to throw. Good push once again, steps to the pocket, throw over the middle, and that is, just out of the reach. Good deflection by Rashad Allen Hunt. As that was just about in the hands of Donovan Bunch. If he catches that, he's in the end zone. He would have been able to fall forward for the score. Instead, it looks like a punt for the Eagles.
As a result, we have Winslow with 4th down and 12.
So 4th and 12 from the 44. 2:28 left to go. They want to pin the Pioneers as deep as possible, again, knowing that they're a run-exclusive team. And maybe force them into trying to open things up to get a score. Keep in mind, Clearview gets the ball to start off. Actually, I'll correct myself. It'll be Winslow that gets the ball to start off the second half of play. End over end kick to the right side. That's a Winslow bounce to the 6-yard line, as that is touched up by Anthony Camper. So great field position defensively for Winslow. 2:19 to go in the second quarter. And that ball is spotted on the 6-yard line. Last 2 drives for Clearview have started inside their own 10-yard line. Last one was ended up in a punt. This one is, well, they're hoping to at very least get to the half without giving up the ball. See if they can break a run here, or maybe just open things up passing-wise. Right now, Mike Ancona is 0 for 1 passing-wise, and it was an interception. Very fortunate that interception didn't lead to anything. Ancona with the keep. No, it's going to be handed off to Bettenker. He'll get over the 10-yard line to the 12.
Tackled by Prince Drew Bay.
2 timeouts each, by the way. Actually, I think I'll correct myself. I think there was 1 timeout left for Winslow. You don't have that up on the scoreboard, unfortunately, to help us out. 2nd and 5 after that 5-yard gain to the 12. They do hurry it up to the line. So they're trying to get something rolling. Handed off. Bettenker met in the backfield by 2, maybe 3. Led by Jasim Letzum. And a timeout called. And that'll be Winslow Township to take it. Second charge timeout. And it's a very smart timeout. Again, knowing that Clearview is, again, pretty much run exclusive. They can get them short, forcing the punt. They'll get the ball back. Even though they'll be low on timeouts, they can really pin them deep. The punt may not even make it to midfield, and maybe, just maybe, Prince Drew Bay could air it out for a couple chances to the end zone and get a score, or at least get deep for a field goal opportunity to double up the lead. And on your screen, it's absolutely correct. 3-0 lead for Winslow Township. 1:40 left to go here in the first half. Thanks so much for joining us here at Clearview Regional High School in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Again, thanks to the folks here at Clearview for giving us a room to work. Not a lot of high schools have big press boxes. This one does, and we're very fortunate to be able to utilize it here tonight. And we've been treated to a defensive struggle. 3-0 game as the timeout is over. Somewhat manageable third down if they decide to pass, though. I don't know if the run game is going to get them there. They need to get to the 16. 3rd and 6 from the 10. They spread it out just a little bit with 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. And they'll go into some motion, handoff up the middle, and that is snuffed out again in the backfield. Sneaking in was Emerald Mitchell, rating 45. And a timeout called again by Winslow Township. And that is their final timeout of the half. So they will get the ball back probably at about the 1:20 mark. We're at 1:31 left now. And you think maybe 10, 15 seconds for this play. Again, no timeouts for the Eagles, but they should get possession in Pioneer territory. So again, intriguing to see what they will do. As again, Winslow Township, they can be conservative if they really want to, because they're going to get the ball back to start off the second half. I would think that they would want to, again, add to their lead, even if it's just 3 points. I wouldn't even be shocked if they go after the punt. It doesn't look like they will. There are 2 back to receive. Punter is in the end zone about 4 yards deep. They'll bring some players, but it's going to be a wobbly end-over-end kick. That'll get to about the 35. Fair catch at the 37.
Fair catch by Winslow, number 9, Kyle Seeger.
So with 1:28 left to go in the second quarter, it'll be Winslow Township getting the ball, and they'll spot it on the 38-yard line. This is the best field position of the day for Winslow Township. And again, wouldn't be shocked to see them try to air this out a bit. 3 trips to the right, 1 to the left. And 1 in the backfield it's Reed. Bay with him as they go to the shotgun. Pretty much plays there exclusively. Back to throw, good pressure up the middle. He'll circle out to the right, looking up ahead, has no options. He'll try to take it down himself, gets to the 35, and then he is hit hard at the 35-yard line, shoulder into the chest as Dean Dvorak steps up with the hit. Clock running at 1:13 left to go. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. They spot the ball on the 34. They need to be quicker here. There are no timeouts left. This is where you go a little bit old school. Just everyone go out. See if I can get it to you. Bay back to throw. Pressure up the middle. Throws to the right. That is caught at the 30-yard line. Trying to get to the outside. Here is Hiller.
Brought down by David McCullough.
That correction, that was Donovan Barnes with the catch. We're down to 43 seconds left to go. They stopped the clock to set the ball up. I was surprised they stopped the clock. Again, the sticks aren't moving, but now they'll certainly stop the clock. And they want to look for a measurement here. He is just about at the sticks. So an official timeout here.
Referee's timeout.
A chance for both teams to talk things over. Very smartly, Winslow Township is already bunched up. Again, right now the first down isn't the most important thing. what this will decide, again, if it's third down, they'll probably just run it real quick to make sure that they get the first down and can continue. It's the only real thing. If it's the first down, again, they can continue to try to make headway to the end zone. Looks like they will be just short by about 6 inches. So 3rd and inches from the 28-yard line. So again, there are those two schools of thought here. You still pop it deep, trying to get some yardage here, or you just take a conservative, go up the middle with a run, and make sure you get the first down so you can get another play or two off. Again, no timeouts for Winslow Township. Trips to the right, one to the left, one to the backfield. Pretty much the same formation they've had the entire game. Low snap picked up by Bay. Looking over the middle, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right. The throw is incomplete. Jaden Brown was the intended receiver. Dean Dvorak was there for Clearview. Now 4th and inches. And again with Winslow getting the ball back, do you decide to punt it and pin them deep, or do you just fall forward against a very good defensive line, mind you, get the first down and then just set up again? They're going to bunch it up. You may pooch it. As he goes under center, he may fall forward as well. He'll try to find a hole. Nothing yet. Pushed from behind by his own man. He'll get the first down, and he squeezes through over the 25-yard line to the 24. Clock stopped at 25 seconds left to go. They'll stop it to set up the chains and set the ball. 1st and 10 from the 23. Pretty much same formation, as he'll just spike the ball to stop the clock. 23 seconds left to go. Again, no timeouts for Winslow Township, leading 3-0 late here in the second quarter. Certainly need a change of personnel, so if you're thinking, well, the clock was stopped anyway, they really weren't going to be able to do much with that current personnel, just not what they wanted to do. So take the down hit, 2nd and 10. Get the guys you want out there with some speed and with some hands. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 1 in the backfield. Reed is in the backfield where he's pretty much been the entire game. Everything all spread out. Bay's in the shotgun. Back to throw. Pressure from the right. Steps up into the pocket. Now tries to bring it down up the middle. Spins forward. And he is down pretty much line of scrimmage. Down to 13 seconds left to go. See if they can get a play off or spike it. He's going to go under center. And it looks like he's going to spike. No, he's going to go back to throw. Heading for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown. Everyone, including me, thought it was going to be a spike. But Donovan Bunch at the buzzer goes end zone to the touchdown. And it's now a 9-0 lead. What a game that Bunch has had in this evening's contest. Earlier an interception. Now the touchdown reception. PAT is up, and it is good. So that is how the half ends. What an exciting finish to the second quarter as Winslow Township picks up a touchdown, and they go into the locker room leading 10-0. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be all set to go for third quarter action. You're watching Winslow Township High School football here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from Clearview Regional High School in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. About to start the second half. And a pretty good first half for Winslow Township, capped off by the touchdown at the buzzer. And the good news for Winslow Township, as they are in the white, that's not the good news. The good news is they're about to receive the ball from the green-clad Clearview Pioneers. Tom Wilms here. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Looks like we're just about ready to get the half started. End over end kick, but before the reception could happen, whistles blow. Ball may have been coming off the tee. Unless they're going to call offsides here, which, let's see what that decision will be. It will be offside, not the way that the Pioneers wanted to start things off here in the second half of play. Again, trailing 10-0. It was a field goal, a 24-yard field goal that started the scoring early in the second quarter. And then, as we mentioned, touchdown pass to Bunch at the buzzer. Field goal or extra point was good. And that's how he went into the locker room. So it'll be intriguing to see what the Clearview can do. Again, they've got to first get the ball back. But again, they are seemingly a run-heavy offense. See if they can pull off a comeback here. This is picked up over the 15-yard line rather, and stuffed out of a gain of about 4 on the return. They'll spot it right on the 20. It'll be 1st and 10. 11:56 left to go in the third quarter.
And number 34, Joe Palestina.
As helping out on the tackle,
Winslow begins 1st and 10.
Joe Palestina. And this is the worst field position of the day for Winslow. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Trips to the left, one to the right. And in the shotgun, Prince Drew Bay, who hands it off here to Reed. Crawls his way to the 25-yard line. Actually, he's just short to the 24. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. It's pretty much the formation we've seen the entire game.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
As trips to one side and a single to the other. But it's certainly not an indication as to what Bay is going to do here. See, this time he throws, and that's complete to Jaden Brown. And he'll get to the just shy of the 30-yard line.
David McCullough.
Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 29.
5-yard gain makes it 3rd down and along the line.
So very much a doable 3rd down here for the Eagles. This is handed off up the middle. A lot of penetration, but sneaking through his Reed for the 1st down and more as he gets to the 38.
DeMel Reed takes it up the middle, good for Winslow 1st down.
So 1st down for the Eagles. They move it back to the 37-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Winslow Township.
Winslow has it
So if they can march all the way down the 80 yards that they need, this will be a huge score and could put a real massive damper in the hopes of Clearview. With their run-heavy offense, they have to try to find a way to open things up. Receivers on either side, Reed in the backfield, and Bay in the shotgun. Picks up the fumbled snap, moves forward to the 40-yard line, spins up ahead, but he is hit hard, and then wrestled down by Anthony Trezora. A pretty solid gain on 1st down. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 43. Essentially same formation with doubles to the right and left. Back to throw, Bay looking over the middle, fires, and that is short, incomplete. Right at the feet of Donovan Bunch. So it'll be 3rd and 4. You know what? Why not go for it? As far as 2nd and relatively short and trying to take a pop down the field. But now I'd certainly expect this play to be a little bit more in the way of conservative. Just to get to the marker and get that 1st down and get a fresh set. As it'll be 2 to the right, to the left, and Reed again in the backfield. Back to throw from the shotgun. Pressure, thrown to the near side, and that is dropped. It was a low throw for Jaden Brown, but could not bring it in from his knees, and it'll be 4th and 4. And it does look like the punt unit will be coming out. So now it will be a 4th down.
For the Eagles.
4th and 4, which normally you would think would be pretty manageable, but up 10 to nothing. Don't want to give up good field position. So might as well get rid of it. Play the field position game as Osborne is ready to kick it off, or punt it off rather. Rashawn Allen Hunt ready to receive for Clearview. Spiraling kick going back to the 25-yard line. Fair catch is made by Rashawn Allen Hunt. Oh, 10 minutes, 1 second left to go, 3rd quarter. Starting off on their own 25-yard line is the Clearview Regional Pioneers trailing 10 to nothing. Wind starting to pick up a little bit. About 12 miles an hour coming into today's contest to start off. Wasn't supposed to cool down all that much. Started off at 55 degrees, might get down to about 53. They bunch it up again. And the handoff, but in the backfield, met by 3, maybe 4 Eagles, is Troy Betancourt. So that'll be a loss of about 3 or 4. See where they spot the ball, loss of 4. 2nd and 14 from the 21. And at this point, these inside handoffs, as many fakes as the Pioneers are throwing, really not fooling the Eagles at all. They may be forced to spread it out and try something different. And only 1 pass thrown by Mike Ancona, and it was an interception. Ancona under center. Handoff made. This time to Hunter Lewis, and he is dropped. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe a bit shy, but it'll be 3rd and long. And this is again playing right into Winslow Township's defensive hands. Up by 10. Then those 3rd and longs, which means expect Clearview to spread things out as much as they spread things out. We've talked a lot about Winslow Township getting 3, 4, 5 receivers out there. The most we've seen from Clearview is 2, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. 2 to the right. Maybe they'll bring 1 out to the left. Motion, they will go 2 to each side. Nobody in the backfield. And timeout has been called by Winslow Township. They did not like how that was about to set up on them.
Timeout, Winslow.
So this is their first charge at timeout. Again, the last thing they want to do is call that timeout so early. But again, this could be a turning point if it does not go the way of the Eagles. And they pick up the 1st down, then all of a sudden the Pioneers are marching. But if the Eagles can stop them here for a loss or a very short gain, force the kick, they'll get really good field position once again. Setting the tone here in the 3rd quarter early on, 18 left to go in the 3rd. 10-0 lead for Winslow Township. Trying to get back over 500. A back and forth season for both of these teams. Right now sitting at 500 is Winslow Township, 3-3, while Clearview, they're 3-2. But they are under 500 in the league play. They need to get back to 500, trying to get over for on next week's contest at Morristown, which is not going to be easy. So here we go. Again, 3rd and 14 from their own 21-yard line, rather. 2 to each side. Back to throw, under pressure, and thrown back for the sack. Cameron Osborne got 2 hands full of jersey and threw him all the way back to the 5-yard line. So Mike Ancona did not get all the protection that he needed. Loss of 11 on the play, 4th and a country mile. And Clearview has no choice but to punt.
Number 8, Jaden Brown, back to receive for the Eagles.
2 back to receive for the Eagles. Neither are at the 50-yard line. High snap, coming after it up the middle, end over end short kick. And that is caught at the 35-yard line. The fair catch by Kyle Seeger.
Winslow will bring it out first down and 10.
And there is a flag down at the 30-yard line. Let's see if this, I'm not sure it'll make a whole lot of difference here. It is going to be a hold, and it's against Winslow Township. So let us move the ball back. So that'll help out a little bit, but still be pretty solid field position. 7:32 left to go in the third. And this still will be the best field position they've had in the entire game. At least I believe it will be. Let's see where they decide to move it back to. It'll come back to the 45-yard line. So not the best field position they've had, but still quite good. Second drive of the game about to begin for Winslow Township. Again, 7:32 to go. Here in the third quarter, 10-0 lead for the Eagles. As they look for more short field, or shorter field at least. Trips to the right, 1 to the left, and Reed in the backfield. In the shotgun once again, Bay. Back to throw. Pressure up the middle. Steps into the pocket. They got a hand on him, but he'll bring it down. Gets over the 45 and out of the bounds at the 43.
He scrambles to the left for 2 yards. Forced down on the play by Justin Iaccio.
Justin Iaccio forces him out of bounds. Gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 43. One receiver to the left, and actually they're going to go back into a mini huddle here. And going back to the left is Isaiah Lewis. Trips to the right. Bay about to go from the shotgun again. Timeout Reed in the backfield, in the block. Throw to the right side, and that is caught. A little bit of a screen pass. Gets just short of the 35-yard line. And it'll be Bunch once again. And a flag is down just about the spot of the tackle. And holding against the Eagles. So that'll come back. And that is certainly not what they want to do here. Penalties really didn't come into play in the first half on either side. It was, well, there was a couple of turnovers, both belonging to Clearview. A fumble that turned into a field goal, and an interception turned into nothing. So they were fortunate there. But now, Winslow Township dealing with laundry on the field. It'll go back to the 48-yard line, 2nd and long, 2nd and 13. Clock going down to 7:11 left to go here in the third quarter. 10-0 lead for the Eagles. After coming up short last week against Hamilton, they want to finish strong here. This is handed off to Reed. Spins his way to the 45-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. He's met there by a gaggle of Pioneers. He'll get credit to that 45-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Gain of 3 on the play. Justin Iaccio. Another tackle. Senior at 6 foot, 200 pounds.
It's a figure of speech. That means taking the play off.
2 to the right, 2 to the left, and Reed in the backfield, Bay in the shotgun, as per usual. Back to throw, pressure from the outside, goes over the middle, deep, has a man, and it is caught at the 5-yard line. Just shy of the goal line.
He dropped it.
Oh, what a great catch by Bunch, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-foot line. Oh, my. That pass had a lot of mustard on it, but Bunch actually had to hold up. He was that far ahead. So,
Result of the play brings up first down and goal.
first and goal from inside the 1 yard line. Quarterback keeper up the middle, met and forced back.
By a handful of Pioneers.
May have gotten to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second and goal. Prince Drew Bay could not find a hole.
26 led the way there.
As he looks to his sideline for a new plan, try to get into that end zone. 10-0 lead, looking for more. Play comes in with the subs. They may try to spread this out of it, and they will. Trips to the left, one to the right, and again, Reed in the backfield. And in at QB is Cameron Osborne. Fumble, it's down.
On the play.
Please tell me we got it. Please tell me we got it.
Referees are in, but it does look like it was recovered by Osborne. Not sure why Prince Drew Bay came out of the game. Maybe, I think he was the one, maybe his helmet popped off. And he had to come off for either a repair or just because of the rules. But Osborne almost coughs it up. And that's a loss of about a yard and a half. It'll be third and goal from the 2. They spread it out again. Bay in the shotgun, looking to pass. Pressure up the middle. Passes into the end zone. Incomplete.
Bay's pass is incomplete. Broken up on the play nicely.
Looks like it's Anthony Trezera was in on the coverage. A little diving play to get just enough of it to swat it away from Isaiah Lewis. And it looks like the Eagles may have to settle for the field goal try. Gonna really tighten it up. But yeah, it will be a field goal attempt of only 20 yards.
14 Daniel Dedora in the attempt field goal.
As in for the try, Daniel Dedura. It's already connected once, high snap, and that is blocked. Picks it up, has room to the outside. He throws to the end zone, and it is caught. Caught. Touchdown, Winslow Township. A blocked field goal turns into a touchdown. Heads up play by Daniel Dedura to pick it up and find room. Just throws into the end zone. It was caught for a 10-yard pass, and now the officials will get together and see if this is going to stay. What a turn of events. The snap was high, and the holder did a solid job of getting it down quick as possible, but basically kicked into the line by Dedura, but he got it right back. Threw into the end zone for the touchdown. Again, not sure who he connected with. The points are up on the board. Officials are talking it over with both coaching staffs. A little bit of confusion down there. And they're going to talk it over. And this might be the officials needing to look into the rule book to see if this is all legit. What makes this even more interesting is the officials are actually connected by headsets. But they want face-to-face contact here to kind of confirm everything. So let's see. Touchdown confirmed. Oh, the Clearview faithful not happy.
The officials confirmed a touchdown pass on the
But it is a 10-yard touchdown pass.
Winslow on to attempt the extra point.
And the PAT coming from Dedura. That is up, and it is good.
And the extra point
So
is
after
good.
a shock touchdown
4 minutes, 19
on a
seconds
blocked
remaining.
field goal, 4:19 left to go, third quarter, Winslow Township now lead it 17-0.
Winslow 17, Clearview 0.
Again, just as Clearview thought that they were going to walk away down by 13. And then they block the field goal attempt of just 20 yards. But a heads-up play by Daniel Dodura to toss into the end zone and give the Eagles a 17-zip lead. Huge series potentially coming up here for Clearview. As they'll get this ball. And Clearview will need to get something rolling on this drive, something they haven't been able to do all game long. Their best drives were their first and last of the first half, where they picked up significant yardage, but still needed the punt.
Back to receive for the View.
Back to receive for the Pioneers were Sean Allen Hunt, Troy Bettenker. Ready to kick it off, Cameron Osborne. What a turnaround. An unexpected field goal block. Even more unexpected was the touchdown. Short kick as it spins up towards the 35-yard line, picked up on the near side, trying to get to the outside. It's Troy Black Jr., but he's wrestled down at the 35. May get credit to the 36. A pretty good field position. Certainly manageable for Clearview to see if they can pick up their first scoring drive of the game. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 36. It'll be interesting to see if things get spread out here for the Pioneers, but nope, they're going to go with their bread and butter running. Oh, they're going to pass it. Back to throw. Going over the middle, diving catch, caught at the 35-yard line. Where Sean Allen Hunt had to go back a bit and then slide across center of the field for a long pass up ahead by Mike Ancona. Big gain, probably the biggest gain of the game for Clearview. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll tighten up with one to the right. A little bit of motion, but he keeps. Looking deep. Has a man, instead he keeps to the outside. First down a little bit more on the quarterback keeper by Mike Ancona. Saw some new wrinkles in the offense for Clearview with the deep pass that connects and the quarterback keeper around the end. And then call him out of bounds a little bit earlier than I thought he went out. But it is 2nd and short, 2nd and 2. From the 26, it's back into the game, goes Rashawn Allen Hunt.
2nd down and 2.
Iachio's back in as well. Coming out is Hunter Lewis. Lone receiver to the right is Allen Hunt. Motion up ahead by Iachio. Now the handoff after motion to Bettenker. Bettenker finds room up the middle to the 10. Short of the 5-yard line, another first down for Clearview. They have really found something on this drive, finding the holes for the first time in this game. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pioneers inside the 5-yard line. Well, they actually moved it back to the 6. So now going out to the left is the receiver, Evan Pennypacker. Bettenker in motion. Handoff to him up the middle, but he is hit hard. Great job going right through the middle, Jeremy Cobb. And if Bettenker doesn't duck there, he would have been creamed. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 9 as Winslow Township's defense tries to tighten up. Down to 3:08 left to go, 3rd quarter. 17-0 in favor of the Eagles. Coming into the game, Iachio. And under center goes Ancona. A lot of movement. No receivers. They'll keep it tight. Betancourt in motion. Handoff up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. Dean Dvorak just lowered his head at the 1 yard line, powered his way through for the 9-yard score. And with 2:38 to go in the third, Pioneers on the board, 17-6, PAT to come. So it looks like the Pioneers have found some formula here, as they'll try the PAT. That is good.
And the kick is good.
Nicely kicked by Hunter Logan. 6 for his last 6, dating back to last weekend. So with 2:38 to go in the third, Clearview Regional pulse has gotten stronger. They trail 17-7. So now all of a sudden this becomes a pretty heavy drive for Winslow Township, trying to wrest the momentum back from the Pioneers. And all the momentum belonged to Winslow Township no more than 3 minutes or so ago. But a nice, solid drive, starting off at the 36-yard line. 64-yard drive, capped off by a 9-yard run by Dean Dvorak.
Keep your head in it, Troy.
So 17-7 game. And again, with Clearview adding some new wrinkles here, I'll be shocked to see another one on special teams. Really setting up the ball on the tee, Hunter Logan. Really paying a lot of attention to that ball on the tee, so wouldn't be incredibly shocking to see some onside action.
Hunter Logan back to kick for the View.
2 receivers or 2 returners deep for Winslow Township. Everybody in the 3-point stance, end over end kick. That'll land at about the 10-yard line. Move right up the middle, the flags fly. Jaden Brown gets to the 30, and there is a Clearview player down, but looks like he's getting up, and let's check our referee, Ray Welsh. A lot of whistles and flags flying. Well, let's see what the call will be. It'll be holding against Winslow Township. So they'll move it back. So Eagles starting to shoot themselves in the foot just a little bit as far as penalties are concerned. 4th penalty already here in the third quarter. And it's been for some significant yardage, 45 yards. So they'll start things off 1st and 10 from their own 20. Last time they started off from their own 20, first drive of the period, and they ended up punting.
Come on!
Trips to the left, one to the right, Reed in the backfield. Handoff to Reed as he goes to go around the end, but he is met right at the line of scrimmage. Still moving his legs, but he is stopped there. Oh, and coming out with it was Justin Ayacho, thinking it was a fumble, but I think play was blown dead. And that'll go for no gain, 2nd and 10. Certainly never had the thought that Winslow Township would run away with this, but 17-0 with the run-heavy offense of Clearview. Certainly would have been tough to come back, but certainly they have a lot of life on both sides of the ball now. Now Bay back to throws. He rolls out to his left. Pass to the near side. It is caught at the 27-yard line. He's trying to get some room here. Is Lewis to the near side. He's forced out of bounds at the 40. David McCullough able to force him out. He was just short of the 40-yard line to the 38. Good enough for a first down for the Winslow Township Eagles. This time they'll spread it out to the right as they'll have trips to the right, one to the left this time. Lone man on the left is Isaiah Lewis. Now Reed in the backfield. And again, the shotgun. A lot of movement as they'll bring 7. Screen pass to the far side, and that is caught. Brown finds room and knocks over the pylon. He'll get to the 50-yard line, good enough for a first down. Gain of about 12 on the plays. He'll get to the midfield stripe. So now momentum coming back into the hands of the Winslow Township Eagles with 2 straight first down completions. And they do a very quick huddle, if at all. They'll just yell out to each other what the call is. It'll be trips to the left this time. Reed goes from right to left. They fake the pitch out. Good job by Bay to get away, but the flag flies, and it looks like it'll come back for a hold. Well, yep, it will be a hold against Winslow Township. Immediately called by the referee, Ray Welsh. So that will come back. And it'll go back to about a 1st and 25, it seems. Flag was thrown at the 45, so it comes all the way back to the 35, and that's exactly right. They need to get to the opposite 40. But it will be first down. So no need to panic if you're Winslow Township, and most importantly, once the referee blows his whistle, clock will start to go. You know, it's just 3rd quarter. With that running game of the Pioneers, it takes longer for them to get down the field. So let's see what Bay can do here with trips to the left. As he hands it off to Reed, man at the 45-yard line, chunks to the 37. And falls to the 38-yard line. Very elusive. He's done a very good job of getting some contact, but then spinning away from it. Still 2nd and quite long. 2nd and 22. Down to 43 seconds to go in the 3rd. Trips bunch to the left this time to really tighten it up. And again, Bay is in the shotgun. No handoff fake. Back to throw. Steps into the pocket. He's sacked. Dean Dvorak and Sean Doherty will each get a half. Drop them all the way back to the 30-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and a long way to go. They have to get to the opposite 40-yard line. So 3rd and 30, and that is how the 3rd quarter will end. So new life here for Clearview Regional as they trail 17-7, and they have Winslow Township dealing with a 3rd and very long. We'll take a quick break. Back for the 4th quarter in just a moment. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network.
Put your hands together again for your senior cheerleaders.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we're live from Clearview Regional High School in Mullica Hill, New Jersey. About to start the 4th quarter as Winslow Township leads Clearview by a score of 17-7, but the Eagles have the ball 3rd and 30 from their own 30-yard line. They'll spread it out once again, and they'll play it a little bit conservative. Hand it off to the outside, but no gain, actually a loss of a couple on the end around by Jaden Brown. Very, very conservative, making sure they're not airing it out and giving up a turnover. But they'll be forced to punt, and Clearview could get very good field position here. So this will be quite interesting as back to return Rashawn Allen Hunt, and he's back at his own 40-yard line, which is what the Eagles needed for the first down. Punting all the way back from his 10. And he'll get a lot of this one, but it's going to spin out of bounds. Let's see where they'll call it. 48-yard line. 11:04 left to go in the fourth, and really good field position for Clearview. So they are already in Eagle territory. 1st and 10, again from the 48-yard line. Their last drive was their best, as it went 64 yards, capped off by a 9-yard touchdown run. As they changed things up, a couple of different wrinkles in some of their schemes. They actually threw a pass that connected over the middle for a 40-yard gain. See what they do here. They have one receiver all the way to the left. That is Tommy Worrell. He'll try to go deep, but the handoff is up the middle. Gain of about 3 or 4. They're calling for it as far as Winslow Township, thinking it might be a fumble. No indication, and I don't think any of the players are all that excited about it. It was the coaching staff that was really lobbying.
Jeremy Cobb leading the way in the tackle for the Eagles.
And it will be 2nd down. Ball spotted on, well, they haven't spotted it yet. They put it down for a second and picked it right back up. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 44. And one receiver to the left. Handoff up the middle. And tackled right away is Dean Dvorak. No gain at best. That might have actually been a loss of 1.
Cameron Osborne on the tackle. 3rd down.
It is a loss of 1, 3rd and 7.
For the Pioneers.
So again, mission accomplished, at least first step of it by Winslow Township. You want those 3rd and 5 pluses. Force them to potentially throw. But at this stage of the field, Clearview might be in 4-down territory. They will hand it off. No, rolling out and bringing it down is Ancona. He'll get to the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 35. And if that spot is correct, that's good enough for a first down. So another new wrinkle. That's only the 2nd, maybe 3rd time that Ancona has gone to the outside. 9:35 to go 4th quarter. And the Pioneers are starting to move the ball. Gain all the way to the 34, 1st and 10. And they'll bunch it up. Bettencourt pitched out to him as he was in motion. Finds room to the outside, cuts, and a real nice tackle at the 30 by Prince Drew Bay. Otherwise, Bettencourt is probably heading to the end zone at this point.
Bettencourt's run good for
gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 from the 29. Again, expect to see a steady diet of those kind of run plays where they change things up. They're really starting to wear down the D-line of the Eagles. Bettencourt in motion once again. And flags fly. And that will be a legal procedure, a false start against Clearview. Very late call. And they waited until the handoff up the middle for Dvorak. But that will move back to Pioneers. Good news for the Eagles. Maybe trying to slow down momentum. So go all the way back to the 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Maybe 2nd and 9 if you're being generous. And clock might start to become the enemy of the Clearview Pioneers. 8:35 to go, down by 10. Bettencourt is the lone receiver. He's looking for the screen, instead rolling out, and now he'll pick up the screen, and the catch is made at the 30-yard line, tries to go to the inside, bounced away, and he goes down hard. That's going to be a 5-yard gain to the 30-yard line. 3rd and a long 5. And this is certainly 4-down territory for the Pioneers. Nice job by Ancona, though. Looked deep, had nothing, and realized he had the outlet for Bettenker. Bettenker will go tight once again to the left. 2 receivers tight to the right. Ancona brings it down. Spins to the 25-yard line. Should reach enough for the first down by about a yard as he gets to the 23. Again, first down, Clearview. Well, they move it up as far as the 22-yard line, so certainly a first down. They'll move those chains up. And a timeout being called by Winslow Township. Second charge timeout. Again, they're recognizing another turning point as momentum starting to shift in the favor of Clearview. 7:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. And right now, Winslow Township clinging to a 17-7 lead. Fans, coming up next week, Clearview will be on the road next Saturday at Morristown. While Winslow Township, they'll close out the regular season next Friday night at home against Burlington Township. And that game, of course, will be brought to you courtesy of Play-by-Play Sports Network. Just check out the YouTube page for the exact link for the broadcast, and that link will be posted later in the week, just like the link for this game. And the best thing you can do for Winslow Township Sports, subscribe to the Play-by-Play Sports Network YouTube page and hit that little bell icon so you'll get notified every time that a new video and Winslow Township goes live. There might be other games as well on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, but you'll certainly know when Winslow Township will be playing their football games, including next Friday night at 7 o'clock against Burlington Township. 1st and 10 after the timeout breaks up. Ancona has room, stops, pops it up ahead. That is caught just short of the 10-yard line by Dean Dvorak. And that might be good enough for the first down. We'll take a look at first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11.
And that's good enough for another time.
Now they go 2 receivers to the right, and they really spread it out. Bettenker in motion. Handoff up the middle to Dvorak. Powers to the 5. Keeps his legs moving, but he's down. Just short of the 5.
Down to the neighborhood of the 5-yard line.
And it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 4. Again, Clearview doesn't want it. They want to get in that end zone quickly, but they can get another first down if they need it.
Along 4 for the View.
Mike Ancona leading his troops to the line once again. Very solid second half so far for the Pioneers, but they need more. Bettenker in motion. Hand off to the middle to Dvorak. He's in for the touchdown. Dean Dvorak sneaks through for a 6-yard touchdown run, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that'll move the Pioneers within 4 with the PAT to come.
Hunter Logan in to attempt the extra point.
So in to take the PAT, Hunter Logan trying to go 2 for 2 on the day. That is up and it's good.
And Logan's extra point is good.
6:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. 14 second half points for the Pioneers. They trail by 3 at 17-14. So a big spot here. Again, a lot of time left. All 3 timeouts still in the possession of Clearview. So they don't need to go onside here. Again, plenty of time. But Winslow Township, if they get the ball here cleanly, they need to pull off a drive. They don't necessarily need to definitely score, but if they can just kill a whole lot of clock, kind of slow down this momentum here for Clearview. And the last thing that the Eagles need is another blown fourth quarter lead. Again, last week, it was 2 touchdowns against the last 7 minutes as Hamilton came away with a 20-14 come from behind victory. Right now, the Eagles could be thinking, oh no, here we go again. They need to get that out of their heads right now. Looks like we're ready to go, but setting up to kick again is Logan. He's about to approach the ball, but there was some movement. Now he'll get this up ahead. A high bounce, but picked up by Brown. He'll try to go to the left side, has some room, has a hole, gets to the 35, to the 50, couple to beat, gets to the 25, to the 20. Official goes flying, but what a return. Jaden Brown. As he picks that up at his own 10-yard line, gets all the way to the Clearview 25. 6:35 to go, fourth quarter, and quite the short field for Winslow Township. They'll spot it on the 26. $69-yard return. They'll spread it out as per usual. Bay hands it off to Reed up the middle. Moves forward to the 15, just about to the 10.
24 to Mel Reed. Bowls his way up the middle.
And they'll call time. Looks like they're going to spot the ball on the 10-yard line. That'll be good enough for the first down. It is good enough for a first down. First and goal from the 10. Bay back to throw. Connects, but flags fly as the near side judge calls the time. And maybe timeout was called in time, and it was by
timeout
Clearview.
Winslow.
Oh, Winslow called it. Ooh, that's interesting. Pass once complete to Jaden Brown.
Correction, timeout.
And they do change it. It is timeout for Clearview, their first charge timeout. And they're thinking here, okay, short field, Winslow Township has a great chance to score. If they can hold them to the field goal, they want time on the clock to perform their own drive here. But they definitely need a stop or at least a force of a field goal try. Oh, and away from the play, being helped to the bench for Clearview is the man who made that catch is Dean Dvorak, and that is a big potential loss here for Clearview. He is a massive cog in the offense of the Pioneers and also defensively. Inside that huddle right there, this is Winslow Township trying to find a way. They can pick up a touchdown here, get all the momentum back. By the way, 2 timeouts remaining for Clearview, 1 for the Eagles. First and goal from the 10. Bay hands it off to Reed up the middle, powers his way through to the 7 as he is spun down there. Nice tackle by Ryan Geis, one of the defensive captains of this Pioneer club. Gain of 2 to the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Thought I saw a coach calling timeout, but maybe didn't get anybody's attention. Might be a good thing here. Clock continues to trickle down to 5:43 to go. Bay in the shotgun with trips to the right tight. Hand off to Reed as they'll power forward. Bay trying to push him, but Reed is met there. Second straight tackle by Ryan Geis. So now it'll be third and goal, pushed back to the 9-yard line.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Big play here. They can hold him outside the end zone. Confident that the Eagles will try for the 3. And there'll still be a decent amount of time for Clearview to march down the field for a score. Trips in a bunch to the left. The one to the right is Isaiah Lewis. Bay back to throw, forced to roll to the right, looking across to the end zone, and it is batted down.
Bay's pass batted down.
Very close to an interception. Anthony Trezera, if he picks that up, he may have been able to go to the house for the pick six, but playing it smart and making sure he bats it down. And it will be 4th down. And it does look like a field goal unit will come out for Winslow Township. With that pass, by the way, the clock obviously stops. So Winslow Township will go for the field goal. Clearview will get the ball back at about the 4:30 mark. A 27-yard field goal. Attempted from the near side hash mark. Kick is up, it spins wide. So momentum back in the favor of Clearview. 4:43 left to go, 4th quarter. And Winslow clinging to a 17-14 lead. They spot the ball on the 20-yard line, so it'll be an 80-yard march for the touchdown. The good news for Clearview is just in case they are dropped short, they have a very capable field goal kicker to tie the game up. So let's see what Clearview can do. Again, starting off from their own 20-yard line. Quarterback under center. Bettencourt in motion, they pitch it out to him. Looking to cut to the inside, met at the 35, actually 25-yard line. He'll get a gain of about 4. But the clock rolls. 2 timeouts for Clearview. 2nd and 6. They'll drop the ball at the 24. Bedker the near side, and he'll go into motion. Handoff up the middle, through to the 30-yard line, and rumbling up ahead is Justin Accio. That's a first down. They'll move the chains and stop the clock. One thing we certainly do notice is not out there for Clearview is Dean Dvorak. He's usually the recipient of those inside handoffs, but he came off lame a little bit earlier on, and I can't find him on the bench right now. And no, he is not out there. So it may be up to Iaccio to try to get things rolling. Bettencourt on the motion. Quarterback back to throw. Rolls out to his left, has no help. He'll just take it out of bounds. That is a great coverage play by Winslow Township.
Ancona run out of bounds.
Smart by Ancona.
34-yard line.
No gain, at very least he, well, maybe drops him back a bit. Yep, a loss of a couple. So it does the job of a sack, and that was all coverage there. 2nd and 12 from the 32. 3:37 to go. Handoff up the middle, powering his way forward is Justin Iaccio. Couple yards shy of the first down marker. And a timeout will be called by Winslow Township, their final timeout of the game, as they need to find a way to wrest momentum away from the Pioneers. And for the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 2. And this is, in my humble estimation, definitely 4-down territory in spite of being on their own side of the field. Even though Clearview has a couple of timeouts, all it would take is a Winslow first down or 2 to seal the game. So again, Clearview wants to hang on to the ball. And if you can't pick up 2 yards in 2 plays, well, You won't win the game anyway. So it will be 3rd and 2 from the 42. Winslow now out of timeouts. Clearview has 2 in their back pocket. And again, the way that they essentially exclusively run the ball, expect them to save them for losses. They'll keep it tight with one receiver to the right. And that's Tommy Worrell. Handoff up the middle and over the 45-yard line is Justin Iaccio. That's good enough for the first down. They'll stop the clock, move the chains. Gain of 4 on the play. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Clock will start to roll. Clearview needs to be a little quicker getting these plays in. Still a long way to go to get into field goal range, let alone the end zone. Timeout called. That's an official's timeout. Not exactly sure why. I think the center, his foot came out of his shoe. So they're giving him a chance to figure that out. Bettencourt in motion. Handoff up the middle. Over the 50-yard line. But Iaccio is knocked down on the play by Prince Jude Bay. So fairly short gain. Gain of 4. 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line. Down to 2:38 to go. You'll need a big play sometime soon. Ancona hands it off up the middle, but met on the play is Bettencourt. Gain of about 2. They'll spot the ball on the 47, down to 2:18 to go. 3rd and 4, but we're certainly in 4-down territory. Saying that, I think Clearview's gonna have to start picking up some big chunks. As we're going down to 2 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. 17-14 Winslow Township. Eagles trying to hang on. Bettencourt in motion. Oh, stuck in the backfield and tackled is the quarterback Ancona. Loss of 2 or 3 on the play. 4th down. Ancona gets up a little slow. So this could be the game. It'll be 4th and 7. 1:43 to go. You would certainly expect Clearview to go to the air if they can. As coming off is Ancona. Again, you may have heard some in the crowd remark that he may have been popped in the stomach during that scrum. I didn't see it, but he's gonna, looks like he's coming out. I don't know, if you need him to throw, you may want to call a timeout here. Maybe allow him to get a breather. And that's exactly what they're going to do, at least preliminarily, as Clearview will call a timeout. They'll have 1 timeout remaining, and either they'll get Ancona the rest he needs to get back out there, or another option is bringing in Chad Black, the sophomore backup quarterback, and see if he can at least keep the game rolling. Needs 7 yards. But full marks to Clearview. No matter how this game ends up, Winslow Township led 17-0 early in the 3rd quarter. But 2 touchdown runs for Dean Dvorak, who's now no longer in the game, has pulled the Pioneers within 3. Right now, in that huddle down there, it looks like there is no sign of Ancona. But Chad Black is out there wearing number 14. He'll get his first potential pass of the game. He'll get his first snap, certainly. Black under center. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the backfield. Here's motion. Pitched out. They're looking for blockers. This is an option play. Still go towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. Pass attempt on the option by Hunter Lewis, but into double coverage. Incomplete. And there is a flag down. Oh, this could be interesting. I think the initial call might be holding against the offense. Let's see. Looking for the referee. Nothing told to us yet. Winslow Township's coaching staff doesn't seem all that happy. Holding. Defense.
Call is holding against Winslow.
So that will keep the game alive. They will spot the ball. Well, they spotted it first at the 30-yard line. This will go to the 40-yard line, and it is a first down for Clearview. So they will stay alive for now. 1:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Clearview trailing by 3. So a reprieve after the halfback option play didn't work, but a hold downfield. Back in at quarterback, by the way, is Mike Ancona. Under center, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Fakes the handoff, back to throw, forced to roll to his left, looking for options. Throws it across the field, and it is incomplete.
Ancona's pass.
Just off the hands of Troy Bettenker. Could not quite bring it in. Would not have been a big gain. Would have been about 10 yards. But it would have been enough for the first down. Would have stopped the clock where it is now. And, of course, that much closer. But instead, it is 2nd and 10. .127 left to go, fourth quarter. We are set up for a fun finish. Handoff up the middle, trying to get through is Iaccio. Still digging over the 35-yard line. Powers just short of the 30. Again, 1 timeout remaining for the Pioneers. They're going to want to get to that line quickly. But nope, looks like they're calling the timeout now. Nope, no timeout called. They'll get some new personnel in. They're taking their time, but not too much. 1 minute left to go, 3rd and 1. 1 receiver to the right. Ancona under center. Here's motion. Handoff up the middle. And he may have just gotten the first down. It's going to be close. First call is actually 4th down. Clock continues to roll. 40 seconds left to go, and timeout called. 41.3 seconds left to go. And it's either for a measurement or for a first down. This is for a measurement. And wisely, Clearview is going to huddle up. Use this as a timeout. But if they are wise, they are ready to line up once the decision has been made on this spot and on the first down. It's either going to be 4th and 1 or first down. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they are going to be just a bit short by about a foot. So it is 4th down. They need to get the sticks off, and once they do, they're going to blow the whistle, and that clock is going to start to roll. Still, Clearview does have 1 timeout. And near side official blows play dead for a second. Not sure exactly why, maybe just setting something up. So now they'll run the clock, and here we go. 4th and inches. as they'll push it forward. Plenty of yardage there. And it is a first down, 33 seconds to go. They blow play dead to move the sticks. The sticks need to move quick here. And they'll spike the ball right away, 31.8 seconds left to go. So the Pioneers still have that timeout in their pocket. And again, Mike Ancona leading his players down the field again to give them a chance. But it's very interesting that, again, a run-heavy offense has an opportunity here, but they need a big play somewhere. Again, 31.8 seconds running the ball with, they have it listed as no timeouts. I think they have one left. I might be wrong, though.
Second down and 10.
But if the scoreboard's correct, again, they can't stop the clock except for a spike. And if they have one botched running play of a loss of any kind, it could doom them. So here we go. Second and 10. From the 27-yard line. They'll keep it very tight. Back to throw. Under pressure, rolls left. Going backwards, cuts up, and he is dragged down. Flag flies, horse collar. Looked like it was a horse collar tackle. 26.2 seconds left to go, so we'll get yardage. They'll get a first down out of it, and that's the call. And that is what the call will be. So now there's another question. If you're a Clearview, you can still kick a field goal and force OT. So this gets very intriguing. Still spot the ball. Looks like it is the 18-yard line. It's actually first in inches. They should be moving, I thought they would move the sticks. I honestly thought. Nope, third in inches, excuse me. They'll hand it off up the middle and through for the first down is Iaccio.
Good enough for another Pioneer first down.
They'll stop the clock. First down. First and 10 from the 13. And they'll spike the ball. It'll be 19 and a half seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Wow, what a finish. And I don't believe, again, according to the scoreboard, there are no timeouts left for the Pioneers. And again, they do not have a strong passing game. So expect them to run the ball, but they can't stop the clock except for spiking it. And certainly expect the kicker for the Pioneers, Hunter Logan, to be ready to potentially tie this game, or at least try to.
Clearview has it second down and 10 from the 13-yard line.
They bring in some new personnel. Along with the players, Ancona will be under center. All the way to the near side, Tommy Worrell, the lone receiver. Second and 10. They'll spread it out, two on either side. This is taking some time, but only on the shot, on the play clock. Handoff up the middle.
Handoff goes for a short gain.
As Ancona hands it off to Iaccio, and they did have a timeout remaining. So there go the timeouts. 14.1 seconds left to go. It'll be third and about 8. All right, now this is basically, I would think that Ancona would be going end zone. And it wouldn't be an incredibly long throw for him. About 12 yards. Maybe you take one pot to the end zone, because if you don't get in on a running play, you're going to have a hard time. Actually, you can't spike the ball because it'll be fourth down. Otherwise, you have to get that field goal unit in very quickly. So again, certainly would expect a pass to the end zone. And if it doesn't work, you just tie the game up. This drive started all the way back on the Clearview 20-yard line. Back at the 4:43 mark. They'll spread it out as much as they do. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now motion. Pitched out. They're going to try the halfback option again. He's got to throw that away, and he does. Hunter Lewis did all he could to find somebody in the end zone, but smartly, once he got to the sideline, he just tossed it out. And here we go. 7.8 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. So now Logan will try to tie the game up. It's a 28-yard field goal.
He got it. We're going to overtime.
The kick is up, end over end, and it is good, and we're tied at 17. What a comeback for the Clearview Pioneers. They were trailing 17-0. Just shy of the midway point of the 3rd quarter. But 2 touchdowns and that field goal ties the game up with 4.3 seconds left to go, and we are staring right in the face of overtime. But first we'll have the kickoff, and we'll see what Winslow Township can do with a return. They'll kick off from the 40-yard line, and not a lot of time left. Very simple for Clearview. Keep it inbounds and don't allow a big return. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a squib right up the middle and then containment. So you're going to have 1 receiver, 1 returner shallow and 1 deep. As they are going to squib it to the near side, going down right away, only taking a second off the clock. Smartly done there by Jalen Cheek. So the Prince Drew Bay and the Winslow Township Eagles have a play to pick up a score and come away with a victory. But for the 2nd straight week, the Winslow Township Eagles, they suffer some late scores. And at least in this one, unlike last week, they're still alive. They'll spread it out as they always do. It'll be 5 receivers, trips to the left, 2 to the right, and Bay in the backfield in the shotgun. Back to throw. They're only charging 3. Deep throw over the middle. Flag flies. Pass interference, as that pass was intended for Isaiah Lewis, and regulation will continue. They get 1 more untimed play. They should get 1 more untimed play.
Pass interference, Clearview.
So still the possibility of a win here for Winslow Township. Again, unlike the NFL, it's not a spot foul. It should be just 15 yards. Unless they called holding, which means it should only be 10 yards, but they will spot the ball 46-yard line. So if I'm them, I try it again. See if you can draw another flag or get into the end zone. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to rush 3. Bay going end zone on the far side, and that is caught, but it is short of a touchdown. Oh, my. Bunch was short by a yard. Oh, my. And we are going to overtime. Oh. What a throw from Prince Drew Bay. What a catch. But 1 yard short, and we're going to overtime. Tied up at 17. We'll come back with overtime in just a couple of minutes. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. And those who have been with us the whole game, you can't be disappointed in this contest. If you're a Winslow Township fan, you're disappointed that you couldn't hold the lead, but if you're just a football fan enjoying this contest, what a comeback from Clearview, and it was almost thwarted at the very end. A Hail Mary style pass just shy of the end zone. So now both teams will get opportunities from the 25-yard line again. College style rules essentially. So overtime number 1 begins. 1st and 10 from the 25 is Clearview. We'll get the ball first. Under center, Mike Ancona. Very tight except for a receiver to the right. Bettenker in motion, handoff up the middle, but met right away, a short gain by Justin Iaccio.
15, that's Mitchell, and number 50, Jasim Letson on the tackle.
Jasir Mitchell. Jasim Letson on the tackle. No gain, actually. They may have given him even a minor loss.
No gain, call it second.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again, this is all untimed, and again, this is overtime. The only timing is on the field, that's a play clock. 2 in the backfield. No motion this time, and this time it's a quarterback keeper. Going to the outside to the 20, cuts to the middle to the 15, first down. Well, they may call him down a little bit early, but the quarterback keeper by Mike Ancona. And it's going to be 3rd and very short.
Just a little bit short, call it 3rd.
And this is intriguing because very good kicking unit for the Pioneers. But certainly have to be able to pick up the 6 inches that you need right now. So 3rd and very short, and flags fly.
Penalty flag on the play.
False start. Oh no. False start against Clearview, and that'll move them back.
5-yard penalty.
So the line judge on the far side, kind of waving the whole time, maybe saying that there was a player who was off. And that may have gotten the attention of the Pioneers. So now it'll be 3rd and a long 5, maybe 3rd and 6 even. So now things have gotten that much more interesting for the Pioneers. Not as simple as the quarterback sneak now. And I would imagine field goal kicker Hunter Logan is ready to take the lead for the Pioneers. But what that does is allow the Eagles a chance to win with a touchdown. They spread it out again, and timeout called. Timeout called by Clearview. And in motion on the far side was Troy Bettenker. But maybe they looked at the defense and just didn't like what they saw. And this is a huge play in this game. So you don't mind using the timeout here. And essentially it's become just like college rules. Each team gets chances from the 25-yard line. After the second timeout, and you pick up touchdowns, you have to go for 2. We're not close to that yet. Again, we're just starting off the beginning of the first overtime. So basically the top of the first, if you want to talk about it in like innings or rounds. But a huge play here for Clearview. And they certainly recognize the importance by calling that timeout. And a big loss in the 4th quarter as Dean Dvorak is now at least seemingly unavailable to Clearview. He's gotten both touchdowns on the ground for the Pioneers. Bettenker in motion. He'll go all the way to the left. Stops, fake the handoff, back to throw. Rolling out to the left. Pass up ahead is incomplete as he just spiked it. Winslow Township looking for intentional grounding, but that's not happening. And now a flag flies late.
Penalty flag on the play.
It is intentional grounding as they change their mind. So that is huge because that'll move things back even further and possibly out of field goal range. Big decision to be made here.
How is that intentional grounding? There was a receiver in the vicinity.
It looks like they're going to talk it over again. It looked like there were receivers relatively close. Certainly would have been better served to throw it out of bounds instead of throwing it into the ground. You throw it out of bounds, again, you're well out of the pocket. You're well outside the hash marks. So this is an intriguing decision. They'll talk it over with the coaching staff. And the coaching staff is, well, I can imagine not very happy right now if they don't pick up this flag. Intentional grounding, confirmed. It'll be 4th down. And I thought they might pick it up. But they'll march it back. So not only, again, is it a 5-yard penalty and loss of down. So 4th down. And we are looking at a 43-yard field goal attempt for Clearview to take the lead. Oh. They'll move it back even further, excuse me. Now they move it back, and it'll be a 45-yard attempt. So he's going to have to put some pretty good leg into it. He hit twice last week against Hamilton. Against Cherry Hill West. Low snap, settled well. End over end, that'll be well short. And again, in overtime, you can't return it. It is a touchback. So, no score for Clearview. And now Winslow Township has a chance to win it here in overtime. Tied up at 17. They'll get the ball on the 25-yard line. But a huge intentional grounding call moved Clearview just out of range. I got a feeling that if that is an intentional grounding, I think he has a better shot. Well, certainly has a better shot, but I think he actually has a really good shot 35 yards out to hit, considering last week he hit 34 and 39 yards. But now, Winslow Township, they just need points and they win the game. Tied up at 17. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Reed in the backfield as Bay barks out the signals. He's in the shotgun. Bay back to throw. Under pressure late from the right. Pass over the middle, and that is, well, no signal yet. Looks like it was caught. Well, incomplete is the call. At first, there was no signal whatsoever, but finally, the referee comes in and just waves incomplete. But he's talking it over. And it is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Right now, Clearview's job is to force a long field goal attempt, hope for a miss, and force a second overtime. 2 right, 2 left. Reed the backfield, and again Bay in the shotgun. Back to throw once again. Pressure from the right, looking over the middle. Incomplete. Pass was just a little bit behind Donovan Bunch. Jack Love was there on the coverage, and actually he was very close to a potential interception. So now 3rd and 10. And if the drive stalls here, this would be a very long field goal of over 40 yards. Big spot here for Winslow Township. Bay back to throw, looking over the middle, has an outlet, then has to spin to his right. Flags fly, looks like it's going to come back no matter what he does. He throws it up ahead, it is intercepted at the 5-yard line. If he returns it, Clearview would win, but nope, he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Huge interception. But there is a flag down, and I think it's in the area of holding. And it does look like we'll go to a second overtime.
Holding, Winslow.
Penalty will be declined on the hold, and we go to a second overtime. So now Winslow Township will get the first opportunity to score here in overtime number 2.
We're now into the second overtime.
It's kind of a weird situation. You lose the ball, but you get it right back. But Winslow Township
Each team again will get a chance to score. Winslow starts.
will get the ball first this time. And again, Clearview will get a chance to respond again. Double overtime here at Clearview Regional High School, Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Bay once again, back to throw, pressure up the middle, steps inside the pocket, throws to the left, and that is caught by Reed. Reed gets the first down and is spun down. Good hit on him by Allen Hunt, but it's enough for the first down inside the 15-yard line to the 12. So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Eagles faithful have to be thinking, where was that last overtime? But now, well, I thought that a timeout was about to be called, but Bay comes back to the huddle. and talks it over.
First down and 10 from the 12.
It'll be trips to the right this time, one to the left. Bay back to throw. Looking over the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Jaden Brown. But it looked like it was Jack Love on the coverage who made the hit at just the right time. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Great timing defensively for Clearview. Trips to the right once again. Clearview looking blitz. Bay back to throw, but then he brings it down. Yeah, it's a gain of about 5 as he's inside the 10-yard line to the 8. Bay back to throw. Throws to the near side, but a big tackle. Getting decked right away is Jaden Brown. As in on the tackle, Anthony Trezera. That's going to be a loss as Love was in there as well. They'll spot the ball on the 13-yard line, and now what do you do if you're Winslow Township? If you trust Daniel Dodura, this will be a field goal of about 30 yards from the near side hash, 30-31 yards. Snap is good, kick is up. Looked like it was partially blocked and it's short.
No good.
So, no good, and Clearview will have a chance to win it here in the second overtime. It was blocked at the line. Second field goal of the game for Clearview. Last one resulted in a touchdown. Well wide and short. So now, Clearview the chance. All they need is a field goal, and they will pick up a very impressive come-from-behind victory. They'll play it very tight again. Handoff to Accio, looking for a hole. Gets a hole to the 15-yard line. That'll be just shy of the first down. Oh, they're going to move the chains. As the Eagles need a humongous stop here. But Clearview looking to complete a 17-point comeback, down 17-0 midway through the third quarter. But they scored a touchdown late in the third, another one early in the fourth, then hit a field goal as time expired. Again, this is senior night for Clearview. So they were fired up coming into this game. Handoff. Ayaccio gets to the 11-yard line. Nice move to the outside. They're really not being very fancy right now. They're being very conservative, understanding they have a very capable field goal kicker. They just want to get him in the best position possible. So let's keep it simple, hand it off. If we get into the end zone, great. If not, get it to the middle of the field for the win. Second and about tackle down there. Do you bring in your field goal kicker now just in case there's a bad snap? Or do you just try to get that much more in the way of positive yardage to make it a shorter kick? They are not going field goal yet. They're just going to power it forward.
Ancona keeps it.
It'll be short of the first down. He needs to get to the 5.
Fourth down.
It's pretty close to center of the
Here comes
field
Sunderland.
as he gets to about the 7, maybe the 6. And timeout will be called by the Pioneers. And smartly called, don't want to rush this. Everyone will come in for the field goal attempt. Except for the kicker who's still out there now, he'll come in for the timeout. They want the entire team. Clearview trying to get back to 500 in the league. While Winslow Township would drop to 500 if they can't find a way to block it or induce the miss. Winslow Township trying to avoid a second straight late game collapse after 2 touchdowns. Lead. Winning field goal is Hunter Logan. A 24-yarder. He lines it up. And it's up, end over end, and it is good, and Clearview wins it. A double overtime victory for the Clearview Regional Pioneers. But could not provide the finish. So Clearview, they move to 4-2 overall. They're now 2-2 in league. They're now tied with Winslow Township in the league, who drops to 2-2, and they're now 3-4 overall on the season. Next up for Clearview, next Saturday at Moorestown. Next up for Winslow Township, they close out the regular season next Friday night at home against Burlington Township. Once again, our final score in double overtime, Clearview 20, Winslow Township 17. So again, 20-17, the victory for Clearview. Once again, our final score. Again, thanks so much for joining us. 20-17, the final in double overtime. For all of us here at Clearview Regional High School, this is Tom Williams saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.